It has been 12 hours and no video. I am looking forward to it as if it is the prequel. I better make a video then. Hey Jabay! This is my Star Wars The Force Awakens Episode 7 non-spoiler thoughts video, okay? So no spoilers in this. This is just the broad strokes. This is me telling you some stuff before you see the movie. Although, if you're watching this, you probably have seen the movie. I am going to do my spoiler thoughts over the weekend. I'm going to go see it again at the weekend. I'm wearing my Kylo Ren top, and I'm ready to talk about Star Wars The Force Awakens. To a degree. First of all, I thought it was really cool. The marketing on this movie has been amazing because we're so hyped about it, but we knew next to nothing about it. And that's fine because the opening crawl tells you all you need to know. I mean, it lays the groundwork for the film perfectly, as it should, as is tradition. So yeah, you sit there, and as soon as the music comes on, you feel the hype, and you feel that you're in good hands, and you are, man. They went back to basics for a lot of this. Real locations, practical effects, puppetry. You know, I mean, there's CGI in it, of course, but a lot of it is just sort of overlay on the practical effects. There are only one or two moments where I thought, well, this is a bit prequely. You know, there's just CGI wall to wall, but that's fine. It's excusable in those circumstances. It's fine. The story, I can't give too much away about the story, you know. I really don't know what to say. There are some familiar beats, I will say. I mean, if you've watched the Star Wars movies in the last week or so, if you had a marathon like I did, then you'll know there's some little moments, there's some little jokes and callbacks to it, and not just in like I was worried this was going to be like, hey, the greatest hits of Star Wars. Remember when we did this? We're going to do this again. There was none of that. There's fan service, but only when it needs to. They're telling a story here, and it's wonderful. The acting is superb, right across the board. John Boyega, you care about that guy. You want to go along for the ride with that guy. Oscar Isaac plays Poe Dameron. I liked him. I like how cocky he is. You know, he's cool. He's the best fighter pilot in the galaxy. He's got the talent to back it up. I can't say too much about him because spoilers. Daisy Ridley plays Rey, and yeah, she carries a lot of the film. She's important. I mean, both her and BB-8. BB-8's one of the first characters that we see. And he's great, man. And he's great. He's already part of the Resistance, and BB-8's got a bigger part to play than anyone realizes. Some of the themes are familiar to A New Hope, which is fine. A lot of it is so fucking cool. It's just there's a new Yoda character. Yoda's not in this. Some spoilers there. Yoda's not in this. Okay, there's a character who sort of fills the Yoda role quite well. So look out for that one. You know that Harrison Ford. Let's talk about the returning characters for a second. Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Peter Mayhew, the guys who play C-3PO and R2-D2. Yes, okay. They're all back. It's good to see everyone back. The circumstances are kind of dire though, although you do cheer up whenever they're on screen. I mean, Harrison Ford is playing old Han Solo. I don't mean Han Solo that we've seen. I mean, he's playing an older, gruffer, sort of world-weary Han Solo. He's still got his little Han Solo traits. He's still like mouthing off back to Chewbacca and giving him shit, and they're giving and they're still being bros. But it's a Han Solo who lived through the Star Wars, lived through this, and had some own tragedy in between. Carrie Fisher is very on there as sort of very straight-laced Leia. It's like a grown-up Leia, but she's still very pragmatic. She's still all about the mission. As for where Luke is, yep. Moving on. Yeah, but no spoilers. The new cast are great. Some characters, I will say, you're gonna think, because of the marketing material, you're gonna think some character is gonna be in it more than it's not. Max von Sydow is a cameo. It's a cameo. He's nothing more. Okay. Captain Phasma, played by Gwendolyn Christie. You've seen her. She's like, oh my god, she's gonna be like the new Boba Fett. I mean, maybe. I don't. Yeah, she doesn't get as much screen time as perhaps you were thinking. She doesn't do as much. She still certainly looks badass. Donald Gleason, props to him, man. He's playing like a younger Moff Tarkin guy, like a younger Imperial or First Order. And it's weird. The status quo of this universe is weird. Okay, in the originals, the Empire's in charge, the Rebellion are trying to overthrow them. In this, the Republic still exists. The First Order is this sort of separatist, anarchist group that are trying to overthrow them with order. And then you've got the Resistance here, like a unit set up to combat them. It's weird, but it's not what I thought. It's still really, really cool. We can see there's some lens flares, there's some JJ on this. You can see that. Generally speaking, though, this is a good time. The music is great. It's like if they filmed a Star Wars film today, which is the highest praise I can give this. Okay, they've taken all the cues from Star Wars. It's like Jurassic World, a sequel and a reboot, or a sequel and a remake. All the questions that we had going into this movie do not get answered. You will watch it again to understand some things, but that's fine. This is part one of a new trilogy. You're going to go on and you're going to watch more, okay? And it's fine. They don't give you all your rest. You're still interested to see what happens next. And you are. And we are going to see what's happening next. My girlfriend's like, so when's the next one? I'm like, next year or the year after. They're working on it. So these are my non-spoiler thoughts, my excitable non-spoiler thoughts on Star Wars The Force Awakens. I saw it in 3D. Some of the 3D is amazing, okay? Them Star Destroyers, though. But yes, those are my non-spoiler thoughts. If you liked this vid, please click like, subscribe, view, share, and all the usual jazz. And I'll see you when I see you. And the Force will be with us all, always.